So much fun. Welcome back to a brand new video. Let's get right into it. So, UFC 311, Uncle Dana White. You see the beginning of the video. This this ball-headed motherfucker made some good fights. And also, are they watching my video? Because I kind of predicted, and I dead-eyes predicted the co-main event and main event of this card. I've been said, like, since I think Umar won, I said it should be Islam versus Orman, the main event, the co-main event, Umar versus Morab. Or I said it to have both of them in the same card, because originally I thought this was going to be a Saudi Arabia card. That was rumored that 311 was going to be a Saudi Arabia card, but it turned out it didn't. It's in LA, but still, I said Umar and Islam was going co and main event the same night, the same headline, the same pay-per-view, and it happens. And I'm hyped for this fight. In this video, we'll talk about Islam versus Orman, and another video we'll talk about Merab, who almost ducked Islam but didn't. We'll talk about that in another video. But let's talk about Islam versus Orman, bro. Cause this, staying your base. Islam, if he wins, he's definitely staying in his base because he has officially cleared his division if he beats Orman. I've been saying this. Orman is his toughest challenge, right? Orman's gonna be his toughest challenge, right? But I did say if Islam gets past Orman, I don't see anybody beating this motherfucker for a long ass time. The only person I give a chance is Ilia Totoria, bro. That's the only person I give a chance to actually be Islam, mainly because of the power and their weight drain type shit. Because later throughout the career, it's gonna get harder for him to stay at 155. Because we all know he's nowhere near 155, as we learned from Khabib, who's like almost 200 pounds. The motherfucker was cutting to 145, right? He was 145. Oh, whatever, bro. Pretty sure he was 145. But you know what I mean? Still 155. This motherfucker is definitely 200 plus pounds. So 55 pounds is crazy work. So it's gonna get harder throughout the year for him to cut weight to 155. So I could, like, if in 3 years they fight, I could see Ina Totoria standing his base, stand your base, and knocking out. But that's a whole nother universe. It feels like, right? So I think Ilia Totoria is the only credible challenge, but I still think Islam beats him just because of the weight difference. Yes, Ilia Totoria is going to have better power, but Islam still has the wrestling and still has way better power. Why are we talking about that? Let's talk about Islam versus Orman. Like I said, there's the only player I see beating him. I don't see Patty beating him. If Dan Hooker versus Islam would be a great fight, but I don't see Dan Hooker beat him. I don't see Charles Oliveira beating him, even though the Bronx, we all love the Bronx. But we still the Islam that beat Charles Oliveira is so different to the Islam that's about to fight Orman. I think we can all agree, like, this motherfucker really has improved, mainly his striking game in the last few years, bro. Look at the fight against Dustin. He outstroked Dustin, not the best striker, but one of the best strikers in this division. So you can tell he got it better, and I just think he knocks out. I think he does the same thing what he does to, like, that Charles Oliveira versus the Islam fight. I don't see it. It's tough. It's difficult. What the fuck you do with Islam? Because I'm acting like Islam already won, but Orman does have his chance. I said Orman's will be Islam, but now everything I have, I'm like, nah. I don't see Orman being Islam. Yes, they did fight how many years ago it was. I get when they first met, it was Orman debut. He took in 1 week or 2 week notice, and they didn't have a full training camp, and it was a great fight. It was a competitive fight. Islam won. Yes, I know that, but both of them are completely different fight. Like, if they both fight their old self, Orman Islam would destroy their old self. Because as we all know, Islam is now a way better striker than his old self. And you can say the same thing about Armin, but his wrestling guy way better. He literally was out wrestling Charles Oliveira, out jiu-jitsu Charles Oliveira. So, like I said, this fight is a good fight because, in my opinion, I do think Armin ground game is better. Because, as we all know, Islam has been working on his striking game, which is smart because you already have wrestling down. But he's been mainly a striker now, right? He's looking like, for the last couple fights, look at that Volk fight. Like, he hasn't really been, like, he has been taking people down, but it's not like, you know, it's at the best. Like, he'd rather try and knock your ass out. That's what he did to Charles, then he submitted him. That's what he did to Volk. In the first and second fight, it was mostly strikes. It was mostly them going at it. It was a great ass fucking fight. And also with Dustin, as we've seen, he strike him, boom, and then he took it out and submitted him. But again, Islam has amazing submission work. It's gonna be a great fight. What I see happening is I see Islam hurting Armin. Armin drop into his back like Charles, try and get him. But the thing is the same thing happened. I think the same thing that Islam did to Charles, he's gonna do to Armin. I think Armin, he's gonna drop Armin, and probably he's used to his opponents not going on top of him. Because we all know Charles Oliveira, every time you sit him down, he stays in his back. Because you know, if you try going for the finish, you may get submitted. I think that same thing is gonna happen here. I think Armin's gonna get wobbled. He's gonna drop him, and then he's gonna go for a submission. And Armin's not gonna be prepared for it because he's not used to people going into him so fast, right? Because they're always scared of that submission drift. He's gonna get used to that. Boom, cut off balance, and he's gonna get smoked. He's gonna get submitted. What round? I'm not sure. But again, I could also see Islam knocking his ass out with a head kick. Again, it's a great fight. It is going to be a competitive fight just because of Armin wrestling. I think his ground game is better than Islam now. Since Islam hasn't really been working on his ground game that much, he's been working on his striking, like I said before. But hey, let's talk about if each person. Now, of course, as we all know, if Armin does win, it's the rematch. The rematch is going to be next. There's no way. You can't say shit about it. Islam had a great. If they're gonna give Sean O'Malley the rematch, oh my god, Islam deserves way more than Sean O'Malley his rematch. Islam defeated Charles Oliveira, who's going on the streak to get the belt, right? Knocked his ass out and submitted him. Then he beat Volk twice in a row. First I thought Volk won, but still he made everybody shut up with the second fight, knocked his ass out. And then he also just fought Dustin, right? He has been on a little streak and he deserves to get a rematch if he loses, and this is what I think. But like the only way I don't see, I mean, we all saw Islam get. I know we all saw Islam get knocked out by a leg kick or a head kick. I mean, but I don't see Armin doing a head kick, knocking out Islam. I don't see him submitting Islam really. I could see him almost getting caught when almost submitting him, but Islam survives. I could see that, but I don't see him winning by a finish. I see if he does win, I see it by a decision. Honestly, that's the way I see it. So again, it's a great fight. Islam not ducking Armin, and again, now if Islam wins, there's where we not have a problem, but we kind of have a little problem. Yes, it's a good problem. It's a good problem to have where you're kind of out of choices. Well, it's a good problem to have it in 155. Not a good problem to have it in 125, right? If Doja wins, they're fucked. But if Islam wins, it's kind of out of option right now. The only smart option makes sense is to move up. But as we all know, Bilal, we don't know when he's going to fight. He said he's returning to training, so I could see him fight in February or March, depending if this weekend and Ian or Shaukat can make a quick turnaround. Damn, this main event came back fast, right? But like I said, so we gotta see there. But in my opinion, I think Islam should move up even if Bilal lose or win his title. Islam said, "Oh, I don't want to move up when Bilal got the belt." I'm like, yo, fuck that. Like, I know he's your gym, but fuck that, bro. Because if you do beat Armin, you have nobody else to face. You have nobody else to face. Who else are you going to face? Double champion next is the only option, really. What, Dan Hooker, Charles? Like, no offense to Dan or Charles Oliveira. Let them fight. Let them see who's the actually better blonde motherfucker, right? Hey, who's the better blonde motherfucker? In my opinion, yes, I would love Charles to get a rematch, but we always saw Islam fucked him up. Like, he did fuck up Charles Oliveira quickly. It was like very surprising how quick it was. So, and also you can't say Charles gotten better because he lost to, like, here's what I think. Honestly, if Islam wins, I think he should go up for double champion. I think it's time. I think this actually go be an actual true champion who deserves to go, because if he beats Armin, he clear out his division. There's nobody left. The top five, I think he beat everybody in the top five except two, and the two are Dan Hooker and definitely Justin. The other one, Justin. But why we gonna see that fight when Islam beats Charles and Charles beat Islam? The only two fights I see, right, that makes sense is Charles Oliveira, Dan Hooker, and Max, but none of them deserve a title shot yet. I mean, Charles do, but would you rather see double champion or him versus Charles? Would most likely Islam's gonna win, right? You also got the BMF. Like, if you do, I wouldn't be mad if they do Max Holloway versus Islam for the BMF belt next. That's a great ass idea, honestly. Yo, that's a great ass idea. Yo, fuck it, why not? Because nobody's gonna say, oh, Max don't deserve it, right? Because you gonna be like, nah, he's a BMF champion. Just that gets him a chance, right? And you can finally do it for both belts. And if Islam wins, retire that shit. Or make it like, I don't know, you gotta change the rule up, right? Because honestly, you gotta change the rule up. You gotta change the ruling of the BMF belt. But like I said, his next fight should be double champion next. Max Holloway, I just thought of, is a great option and a great shout. And I don't think not a lot of people would be mad about that shit. I don't think a lot of people would be mad about Max. Like, I wasn't mad about Dustin, because when Dustin got it, because I was like, he don't deserve it, but he's the only one left. He's the only option. Because remember, Armin couldn't fight because he just fought recently, and Justin couldn't fight, which was supposed to be the number one contender, and he lost against Max. So Dustin was the only option. Now, if Islam wins, the only option is really either Max or Charles, because I don't think by the time Islam January, it could happen. Honestly, it could happen, but I don't know. We gotta see, honestly, because if Shavkat, because think about it, if Islam versus Armin happens January, Islam wins. He don't take that much damage, right? Belal versus Shavkat or Iagari happens. If Belal loses his belt, he's not gonna get a rematch. So you could do what Volk did and have the first defense of the new champion be a double champion. Same thing Volk and Islam, who was Islam's first defense. Honestly, yo, I hope that happens, because that's a full circle type shit. That's a full circle, because who was Islam's first defense? Volk. Someone coming for the double champion. And who is Ian Gary or Shavkat first defense? Also Islam going for double champion. Full circle type of shit. And you can do it for the summer. Both of them have enough time to recover. Both of them have, you could do it for the summer. Probably June, probably International Fight Week. Oh man, UFC, I'm booking for you, yo. Don't tell me this is not a bad idea. Boom, Islam wins January. Then Belal fights either Shavkat or Ian Gary, and he loses, right? Either Shavkat or Ian Gary wins the belt. Then you have Islam versus Shavkat or Ian Gary, depending who wins this Saturday night. And if they beat Belal, you have International Fight Week. Islam going for double champion, and the new champion first defense will be someone getting the double champ, just like how Islam first defense was Volk trying to become a double champion. Oh, that's too hard. That's too hard. Imagine, yo, imagine it's fight. I don't know. Let's say Shop Cop. Shop Cop beats him by robbery, right? And the second fight, Shop Cop knocks him ass out. Yo, that actually be a full circle. That would be crazy. But anyways, let me know what you think. I'm happy the fight is announced. That card is looking great. Hey man, I may have to pop out and shit. And I'm like, let me may have to go. The tickets go cost an arm and leg. But damn, LA show, whew, that looking tough. Anyways, let me know what you think.